Got my mold of the White Ranger helmet here. Cast the first one last night, so this is nice and cured, ready to open up now. I'll spare you guys the excitement of watching me take all these screws out of here, and we'll see what we got. Could be a total disaster. I don't know. It's the very first one. Could come out half decent. Might have air bubbles all through it. I don't know. So I'll take these all out and we'll open this thing up. Alright, I got all the bolts out. Now, I purposely cast the neck on this very first one. Basically where the helmet meets the base that I had it on. So if I ever have to re-mold this, I could take this first cast and literally it's ready to mold. I don't have to put it back on here. I don't have to fill the seam where the helmet meets this with clay and all that. This very first cast out of this mold already has the neck built into it, built into the cast. I'm just going to put this in storage, so should it ever need to be redone, which I doubt, it'll save me time in the future. And this being the very first cast out of this mold, this is the best cast that's ever gonna come out of this thing, the very first one. So it only makes sense that if I had to remold it, that I would remold the very first one because it's the best one. So just got to get in here with a chisel and pry this up a little bit because the resin did seep, out over the edges some spots. Got 3 layers of fiberglass on this mother mold on either side, so it's plenty strong enough to pry on like this. I think it's free now. Try and get this off. There we go. I don't know if you can sort of tell on camera how thick that is, but extremely solid. This one should probably be a little bit easier to get off. Who knows? Probably not. Now that I just said that, jinxed myself. You can see where the resin was touching it. That's why it's hanging up. This can break all at once. It's not going to hurt anything. Got a little bit, came off with the mother mold. Again, doesn't matter. As long as I have the neck opening here, this is all going to get trimmed off the bottom anyways. Just to neaten things up. Just take my split seam here along the back and get it started here. There's my seam. Be careful, I don't want to the areas where this poured over the edge, I don't want the resin to cut the silicone. So I'm trying to get it out of here, out of this edge, before I just rip this thing off of here. I don't damage it. Because it took me a long time to make this mold. It's not cheap. The silicone isn't cheap. This resin isn't cheap. I'm going to take my time and do it right. Alright. I made this mold really thick too. Purposely. It's a lot thicker here on the mold seam or the split seam than everywhere else, but it's probably at least, I don't know, a good ½ an inch thick minimum everywhere. she comes. There it is. Looks pretty damn good. Yeah. Comes out with a matte finish because I powder the mold after I put the mold release in here. Let it dry, powder the mold. So now all I gotta do with this, flip it back inside out. My seam line here, keys back together. Put this back into the mother mold. Put this back into the mother mold here. For the next one. Okay. See how my seam fits right back together tight. If you look on the back of here, there's very little of a seam to actually fix. I mean, looking at this, there's no filler work at all to do. It's just sanding across this a little bit. Probably 220 grit paper. Maybe some spot putty, if anything. There's a good shot of it. Maybe spot putty, that's about it. The rest of the helmet looks pretty good. So you can see now what I was talking about. Wanting to cast this neck area as part of this first helmet. If I ever need to remold it, it's ready to go. Stick it on a board, glue it down, and I don't have to mess around with trying to fit this neck opening with something. I'll trim this bottom bit off so that it doesn't have this lip here, just so it sits nice. Actually, really nice thickness. I used a quart, a little over a quart of resin on this one. I normally use a quart, but I used a little bit extra because I knew I had to do the neck on this first one. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results here. I don't see really too many air bubbles. Maybe just there's one tiny one there on the chin, and on the neck section there's maybe one or two, but that gets cut off anyways. Looks really good. I would be happy to get a cast like this to have to finish instead of the nightmares that I work on. So there it is, the first one out of the mold. I'm waiting on more resin right now. The new resin that I will be using to cast it will be Smooth Cast 300. It's a brighter white. This is an off-white. I don't know if you can tell or not, but if I had a Smooth Cast 300 one next to it, you'd be able to tell. Same strength, but just brighter white. Yeah. Here's the inside. Can't see. It's hollow, obviously. Good to go. I'll zip this back up, and whenever I get that resin in, if all goes well, I'll cast a couple of these and let you guys know what's up with them. If you want one, I'll make you one. Alright, thanks for watching the video. See you guys later.